Good morning. Um, I'm sure you've been able to go through the last video that I did. So in today's class, we are going to be treating joining in SQL. And the ID environment that we'll be using is MySQL Workbench. So in a simple explanation or definition, what is join? Join helps you to relate two tables together. Let me say to join two tables together based on their matching column. Based on their matching column. And basically in this course, I'm going to be treating three types of joining. We have the inner join, we have the left join or left outer join. Number three, we have the right join or the right outer join. So please take your time to follow on each of these type. But for this class and for today, I'm going to be taking the inner join. Let me quickly tell you the meaning of inner join. Inner join simply means you have two different tables and you want to match the rows that have similar values. Let me put it like that. We want to match the what? The rows that have similar values. So now let's look at this case to explain. As you can see that I've opened the customer. In the customer, I have the first name, the last name, the email, the address ID, blah, blah, blah. You understand? So let's now open another table. Let's now open another table. The second table I'm going to open is payments. 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 Okay. Now, looking at the payment, you can see also that it also has a lot of column. It has the payment ID, the customer ID, the staff ID, the renter ID, the amount, the payment dates. So what I want to do now is that I want to easily merge these two tables in which in front of each name, I will put the what? The payment. That's why when you look at the customer, is there any column like payment? No, there's no column like payment. But in the payment, there is no column like what? Like first name, like last name. So since what I need in the payment is what? The amount. And what I need in the what? In the customer is what? Is the first name and the last name. So what I will easily do is that I will match the two columns. No, the two tables to achieve what I need. And don't forget the first thing I said. When you are using inner join, that means there must be something that is what that is similar. For example, now this Mary, let me just use as an example. This Mary Smith, the ID is 1, Abby. So let's look at this place and look at where we have customer ID that is what? 1. So that means this guy is talking about what? Mary. Where you are seeing customer ID is talking about what? Mary. And the amount for Mary is what? 2.99. This one is still talking about what? Mary. This one is talking about what? Mary. Are you getting what I'm actually saying? So now let's quickly merge it. By the time we merge it, I think we'll understand what I'm saying easily. So now let me create a new query so that we can always refer to this back. So now what will I do? I'll say select. I'll use different method. Let's say I will have say all, but because I only need for this customer, I only need what? Just the first name and what? Last name. So I will say select what? Select customer dot what? Dot first. Okay, that's the first name, comma what? Customer dot what? Dot last name. That's the only thing I need there. Then comma again. I hope you understand the reason why I'm using dots. It means that this first name is under what? Customer. This last name is under what? Customer. Comma what? Payment. Dot what? Dot. Let me look at it. Dot amount. Are you following? dot amount. That's all. Then I'll now say from where? From the first table. Where is the first table? Customer. Is that clear? I'll now use what? Inner join. Inner what? Inner join. The second table is what? Payments. Now, after you've done that, I've joined the customer table with what? Payment. The next thing is on clause. On where? That is, where are they joining? And that's why I said the other time that two columns must be the same. That is, in the first table and the second table, there must be a column that is related. So let's quickly go and look at the column that's related. In the customer, I have customer ID. Then when you go to payment, I still have my what? My customer ID. It does not matter. Sometimes they might not have the same what? Name. Are you following? It does not matter. They may not have the same name. So that means customer IDs. I'll come back here. I'll say on where? On customer dot what? Customer ID equal what? Equal payment dot what? Customer ID. Do you get it? That's where they are similar. That's all. So let's run it and see. Wow. Can you see what I'm saying the other time? I was talking about Mary Smith. You know, it's still one. That's why it's still bringing the what? Do you understand? So I've been able to use what? To use inner join easily without stress. Because of the people that didn't take the course of Create Table with us the first time, I want to quickly go through how to create table. I think that's where I will conclude this class so that you can have a sound knowledge. Because by the time you are creating a table, you must be able to what? To associate them. You know, I just use two tables that came with my MySQL workbench, which is Circular and Word. Do this. But what if you are creating your own table yourself? How are you going to associate them? How will you know the column that is associated with another column? So for this reason, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to quickly create two tables. And I will associate these two tables with each other so that you can understand how to do this. So let's quickly go into that. So the first thing is, which database do you want to create it? Let me see if I have any free database I can use. I don't want us to be confused with a long, okay, sorry. Okay, are you the one that created this Polytechnic Ibadan? Okay, that's good. Okay, as you can see, there is a database here. Let me double click on it. Polytechnic Ibadan. So I want to create two tables inside this very simple table so that we'll use it to explain what we are doing. So now the next thing is I'll right click on the table and I'll click on create table. Now by the time I right click, can you see it's bringing Polytechnic Ibadan? That's the database. So what did I want to call the table name? Maybe I want to say is products. Hello, and call it is what? Is products. And okay. Don't let me use product because I'm dealing with Polytechnic partner. Let me use something that will be related. Let's say students. Exactly. Students. And on getting here, you will see that you are not really seeing something. So just come here and click this down so that you can see it better. Better to use this layout. So students, then I'll come. The ID, student ID is int, is primary key. Can you see? Selecting primary key. If you like, not know that it can be empty. Unique means that is unique index. That is, there can be two. Do you get it? So then after that, the next one is possibly, let's just, because of time, I don't want to waste time. Let's just say their name. ID and what? Name. Is that clear? So this one can either be Vasha or test, depending. So for this one now, you can't use primary key. You should know that. So not null. They might not feel something there. When you say not null, that means it can never be empty. If it's trying to be empty, it will not allow the data to go in. Do you understand? Even if you are supplying for ID and you are not supplying for any. So let me just leave it free. Do you understand? So after that, so eh? Oh, thank you. 45 means how many character? The maximum character is 45. Like, I don't think there's any name that will be more than 45. Do you understand? So that's why if you know that what okay, like when you want to send mail, there's a place they call title, there's a place they call the major content. That content, I will just pick tests because it can take as many as what. So I can increase this place to what? Okay, let me just show you. I can call this place to 100. Oh, maybe in your country, name could be more than 45. Because if it's more than 45, it will not what? It will not work. One, D, E. For example, now Paul is 4 character. Education, education is 9 character. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, so is that clear? So after that, I'll click on what? Apply. Can you see? He's writing the code for you already. Can you see that? That's the same thing I told you. Create table. In case you want to put database dot what? The table name. You understand? ID not null. Is that clear? And it's coming back as using primary keywords ID. Very simple. So I what? I will apply. So that means I've created the first what? The first table. So let's quickly create another table again. So how will I do? Let's confirm the first one that we've created. Let me refresh. Can you see student is there already? So I'll right click on this table in create. Now in this second table, don't forget the purpose for creating this table is that number one, I want to use to teach you on how to create table. Then I also want to teach you that when you want to be joining 2 tables for different reasons, it's good you let computer know where they are what associated. Do you understand? That's the use of foreign key and the use of references. So let's see how to do this. So the second table now, I'm going to call it score. What do I call it? Score. So that means on a real sense, their name is different and their score is what? In different place. So that's what I want to try to tell you. So that means I will just come here, score. Are you following? When I get to score, that's a table name. I also come here again, bam. Definitely, every table must have its own ID. Primary key, not null. After that, there must also be what? Student what? ID. This one that will be related to the what? To the ID in the first table. Do you understand? Student what? ID. So please be using these norms. It will make you not to be confused when you are working. You call it the name of the first table underscore what? The ID. So now for this one also, don't forget it must also be what? Int. Do you understand? Int. So it can't be primary key because there can be more than one primary key. Is that clear? So if I like, I can say not no. It can't be no. Cannot be empty. That's the meaning. So now, after this, I can now talk about their what? Is that clear? So score can be Vasha. Now, this is now where I'm going. Because this one is associated to what? To that one. So that means I'll go to the foreign key aspect. Foreign what? Key aspect. Exactly. He's asking me that what is the foreign key? I'll just come here. When you go to this place, look at me. It will bring it itself. That's why I'm trying to wait for it. Okay, foreign key name. What is the foreign key name? Student underscore what? ID. Then you come to this place. He's asking you that reference table. Reference table. Which table am I referencing? Students. Are you following? I'm referencing students. Exactly. You now come to this side, this right hand side. Column is what? Reference column is what? ID. I don't know if you are getting me. This first one is talking about this present table. Are you getting me? which is what score. This one is talking about the other table. This one is also talking about that's a referenced table you are referencing. Is that clear? Okay. So after that, this is if you want to give it on cascade, delete, blah blah blah. That's the essence of this one. Can you say on delete, on cascade, delete cascade? Do you understand? So at the end of the day, so that's, I don't know why you did not wait. Possibly maybe later you watch this video. So now I'll click on what? Apply. Now I want you to bring this page so that I will explain to you. You will see that immediately after I finish, it's trying to tell me that there's something it added itself. Don't worry about that. Foreign what? Key. Student what? ID. References what? Polytechnic dot what? Student what? ID. Do you understand? I'll now click on what? Apply. Very interesting. So with this, I've been able to create the two tables. So now, let's quickly do something with this table that we created and merge it again so that we'll round up this class. So I'm going to do this. Now, that means I'm also using this opportunity to teach you what? How to insert what? How to insert data into the table that you just what? Created. Is that clear? So how do we do that? I created a table known as what? Student. So very simple. What you just do is I just double click. It will open it. So let's start inserting. If you like, you may not put anything there. It is auto increase. Who is the first guy? Let me say is Sola. Who is the second guy? Ade. The third guy. Shola. The fourth guy. Adeoba. Sheyi. So assuming I'm true, I'll click on what? Apply. Apply. Okay. Okay. ID doesn't have a default value. Okay, don't mind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's because I'm not using code to insert it. I don't need to do that. Apply. Are you getting me? If I'm using code to insert it, do you get it? It has done. That's the ID. So let's now go to the what? To the second what? To the second table, which is what? Score. Let's confirm if it has worked. When you click on the icon that looks like table in front, it will open it, or you use your normal selector from what. So now the next one is now what? Is now your score. So for the score also, I've opened it. So now look at this. If I put this one, will also have his own one. Now if I put 1, computer knows the person I'm talking to. Do you understand? Based on that one. So the score for this one is, let's say, 50. Here also 2. This one is auto increase. This one is what? Possibly 2, 60, 3, 3, 70. Oh, sorry. 4, 4, 80. And lastly, 5, 5, 90. So apply. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that let's quickly what? Merge the two what? Tables together. Very easy. So how do we merge it? Let me open a new query. Sharp, 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 sharp. So I also say what? Select. I can even use all. I don't want to waste time. Select what? Select all from, what's the first table? Custom. No, sorry. Students. Students. In a what? In a gen what? Score. I'll now say what? On. Where are they? Which is what? Which is students dot what? Dot ID equals score dot what? Dot student. Let's run it and see. Can you see? I've been able to what? The reason why you are seeing everything, I use select all. I can decide to only select just name and what? Score. No, just name and what? Score. So that you not see all these ones. You just see their score in front of them. It's very simple. Now look at me. So instead of saying select all, I'll just say select. Wait, of student. Okay. Okay, so that it won't Control C. I just say select what? Select student. Now, I want to use another method for you. Look at me. You know, when I say student, I can call this one ST. I can call score SC. Look at me. So that when I'm using, I'll not be using student. I can use student is what? ST dot what? Dot name. You understand? Comma what? SC dot what? Dot score. Are you following? It's abbreviation. Yes. But you will have put it in front of each of the. Let's run. I'm coming. Unknown colon student ID. Eh? I know the reason. You know, when I'm using student now, I will not use student again. I will use what? ST. When I'm using score, I'll use what? SC. Is that clear? Run. Exactly. So I've been able to see it easily like this. So take your time to go through the video, and I believe you'll be able to do the same. Thank you.